Hey, Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how to find your timing while you're hitting, and I'm going to share with you my golf putter technique. Let me explain what that means. All right, so you're probably thinking, this is a baseball channel. What are you talking about golf putting for? And I understand that, but I think that there are some similarities to putting, being a successful putter in golf, and properly timing up the pitcher. So let me explain. Whether you play golf or not, I'm sure you're familiar with the sport and understand that when you're on the green, right, you have to have a club called a putter down here, and you have to putt the ball into the hole, obviously, right? Okay, so a problem that I see, and this will help your golf too if you are a golfer, a problem that I see a lot of golfers have is they line up over their ball, and let's say it's a 20-foot putt, and they look at the hole, and then they automatically start trying to do the exact amount of pressure that they need to apply on that golf ball. So let's say, you know, for a 20-foot putt, you have to go back here and forward here. Well, they automatically line up and they start going back that distance and forward that distance and back and forth, and they practice that over and over and over again. What I have found to be a better technique to get a better feel for how hard you have to hit a putt in golf is this, and this is where it relates to timing as well. If you have a 20-foot putt, a great rule of thumb that you should do is your first practice putt, you should putt where you know it's too little effort, okay? So that right there is not gonna go 20 feet unless it's a downward slope. This isn't gonna go 20 feet. On the flip side, this is gonna go more than 20 feet. So those are over exaggerated. So somewhere in the middle of those, somewhere in the middle of this and this would maybe be this. And that's gonna be a much more accurate putt that's closer to the hole. So what I'm getting at is in putting, you should practice having having a putt that's, okay, that's a little too less, that's a little too slow, and that's a little too fast, and right in the middle, that's good speed there. So how does that relate to hitting? Well, when you're in the on-deck circle, when you're watching a pitcher warm up before the game and you're timing his fastball, when you're in the, in the dugout watching, when you're in the hole, on-deck circle, whatever, a lot of players sit there and they time the fastball and they just time it like they're at the plate. What I encourage you to do before you do that is I encourage you to time it so, okay, boom, if I do it like that, I'm way too early. And then do another one, if I do it that, if that's my timing, that's way too late. Now, what's in the middle of that? What's in the middle of that would maybe be something along those lines. So do one that's, you're too early, then do one that you're too late, and then you're gonna be pretty much right in the middle. All right, so that's just a golf putter technique that you can use on the golf course to improve your putting, but I think it applies really well to timing as well. So time it where, you're early on the fastball, you're late on the fastball, and then you're right on time. And then after that, then you can, every single pitch thereafter, then you can do your on time load and stride and everything. But I think a lot of hitters get up there initially and they don't even realize, they think their timing is good and they're late. And they don't even realize it because they don't over exaggerate things like you'll do with this golf putter technique. So that's the golf putter technique. That's really gonna help you a lot with your timing, but that's not all. There's also some other things that I really want you to focus on when it comes to improving your timing. So the very first thing about timing is that it takes time, okay? That sounds a little funny to say, right? But too many players at the end of their very first game of the season, they complain and they ask questions to me about, I just feel off. I feel like my timing's not there. Well, no duh. Major league players feel like that the first day of spring training too, and probably the first day on opening day, they feel a little funny. But once you get 10, 20, 30, 40 at-bats underneath your belt, you're gonna get more comfortable. So just understand that yes, early on in the season, the pitchers definitely have the advantage, right? Because it's tough to go from sitting on your couch or hitting the ball off of a tee to seeing live pitching for the first time in months. It's tough to adjust, but just don't worry, trust the process, have faith that the more that you see pitches, the more at-bats that you get under your belt, the better your timing is gonna get. So just don't be fearful. The next thing with timing is it's better to time and be a little bit late than it is to be a little bit early. So we're talking about the fastball timing here. So what I mean by that, ideally we don't want to be late or early, right? But if we are early when we time the fastball, so a lot of times when players are too early, they start, you know, leaking over their front leg like this. They start drifting forward. So if we're doing that on a fastball, then we have absolutely no chance on a curveball because we're going to be way, way, way out there. So those are the pitches where you're going to swing and miss at pitches in the dirt and they bounce 10 feet in front of you and stuff like that because you were way too early with your timing on the fastball and then even earlier on the curveball. So it's important to let the ball travel, and it's much better in your timing, at least initially, to be a little bit late and hit the ball back here than it is to let everything get way out here like this. So something that you can do is, you know, off of the tee when you're warming up to start the day before you play a game, and in front toss and in batting practice, your first round or so, what you can do, let's say I'm a right-handed hitter, I can focus on letting the ball get really deep, and I can focus on hitting it down that right field line, okay? Too many times, you know, players get in there and they just get pull happy right away. They're hitting the ball, you know, way out here like this, trying to elevate and celebrate their first round of batting practice, and then they wonder why in a game they're out in front of everything. So in batting practice, in your warm-ups, just focus on letting the ball travel a little bit more and hit it, you know, down the right field line, hit it in the first base dugout, but that's really, really gonna help you. So let the ball travel. And then one other thing is, you know, it's definitely better, like I was talking about with the off-speed pitches, if you're early on a fastball, then you're going to be even more early on a breaking ball. You know, when you recognize that the pitch is an off-speed pitch, a curveball, that's another time when players get really jumpy and they get out here. So even more so on a breaking ball, on an off-speed pitch, you have to realize you have time. You have time, so just relax. On a breaking ball, up, 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 keep your hands back. You can sink down just a little bit, but you have time. A curveball, a changeup, a slider, they're coming slower than a fastball. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I have a Bat Speed Boosters free workout that I want to share with you. All you have to do to grab this free bat speed workout, just click on that very first link below this video in the description. That'll take you to a page. I'm just gonna need your email address, and then I'll grant you access to the Bat Speed Boosters workout. So go ahead and click that link and do that now. Go pick up your free Bat Speed Boosters workout. And as always, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're coming out with new baseball videos every single week. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up, and last thing, get in the comments section and let me know what you'd like to see in future videos on the channel. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.